We all understand the emotional appeal of an all-inclusive vacation. You pay up front, you put your wallet away, and your family orders whatever they want without ever checking the prices on the menu. At Walt Disney World, you achieve that feeling by checking the box for the standard dining plan. By doing that, you are committing to spending $94 per adult per day before you even arrive in Orlando. To justify that cost, every member of your group has to consistently order the most expensive items on the menu, twice a day, every day. If your family typically sticks to standard entrees, you're essentially prepaying for a level of dining you might not actually want. To understand why the math is so tight, we have to look at the tiers. The quick service plan costs $57 a day and gives you 2 counter service meals and 1 snack. If we look at this pricing table, you can see the jump to the $94 standard plan. That tier swaps one of those counter meals for a sit-down table service reservation, while keeping the second counter meal and the snack. Prepaying for your food creates a high fixed cost for the trip. It requires you to optimize every reservation just to reach the amount you've already spent. Disney uses that desire for convenience to market the 2026 Kids Eat Free promotion, an offer that frequently dominates the homepage when families begin their planning. But there is a catch. To get that free dining for kids ages 3 to 9, Disney requires you to book a non-discounted hotel package. That means you have to give up the standard 20 to 25% room discount that Disney typically offers during those exact same dates. If you are staying at a moderate or deluxe resort, like Port Orleans or the Polynesian, taking the 25% room discount often saves you more in actual cash than the dining promotion covers. Promotional food is rarely entirely free. In most cases, it is subsidized by requiring the guest to pay a higher premium on their lodging. Let's stick with the $94 standard plan and calculate exactly how much food that actually buys you in the parks. On a normal vacation day, you might grab a quick service lunch like a burger and fries for about $25, and then sit down for a standard dinner, maybe some pasta or chicken for around $40. This chart shows exactly what happens to your budget. That very typical eating pattern stops at $65. You fall nearly $30 short of your $94 daily break-even point. To force the math to work in your favor, you have to rely on the single most expensive dining category at Walt Disney World, character dining. Watch the chart as we swap out that standard dinner for a $75 character meal, like Chef Mickey's. When you pair that premium meal with your standard lunch, you finally push your daily value over the $94 threshold. The plan is designed to reward guests who seek out the highest-priced items. For everyone else, it often acts as a financial penalty for eating normally. Because of that math, we can identify specific travelers who should actually buy this plan. The first is the character hunter. If your family is already planning to sit down for 3 or more character meals during your trip, the standard plan will likely save you money compared to paying the gate price for those experiences. The second ideal candidate is any group of adults who plan to order alcoholic beverages with their meals. Since alcohol is included for guests over 21, adding a $15 to $20 cocktail to your lunch and your dinner helps bridge the gap to that break-even point. But succeeding with either of these profiles requires intense scheduling. You have to log in exactly 60 days before your trip and secure every single one of those premium reservations. The plan fits aggressive planners who prioritize scheduled, high-end restaurant experiences over spontaneity. On the other side, there are guests who will lose both money and time on the dining plan. The first is the ride warrior. Being forced to sit in a restaurant for 2 hours every day destroys your ability to maximize Genie Plus. You lose the flexibility to pivot when ride wait times drop elsewhere in the park. The second group that should skip the plan are the grazers. Families who prefer to share meals, eat light in the Florida heat, or snack around the World Showcase will leave hundreds of dollars on the table in unused table service credits. Paying out of pocket gives you the freedom to eat exactly when and where you want, which almost always costs less for anyone who isn't a heavy eater. If you do buy the plan, pay close attention to your snack credits as you move through the week. Guests constantly hoard their credits for a special moment that never comes. On checkout day, they realize they have 12 credits left, which leads to a panic buy of gift shop treats just to avoid letting their prepaid money disappear. You also run into logistical friction if you forget to tell your server you are on the dining plan before you order. which often leads to time-consuming billing corrections at the end of the meal. If you purchase the plan, your goal is to extract maximum value from every single credit. Otherwise, you are just subsidizing the cost for other guests. Using a table service credit for a basic $30 pasta dinner is a mathematical failure. You need to target the most expensive items available. Booking the character breakfast at Topolino's Terrace or ordering a premium steak at a sit-down restaurant are the most reliable ways to beat the math. Extracting true value from the dining plan requires treating your meals like a highly competitive optimization game rather than a relaxing convenience. Planning a Disney trip shouldn't require you to build a spreadsheet just to avoid overpaying for your dinner. That is exactly why I built the Disney World Dining and Snacks cheat sheet. It has all the pre-calculated math, a list of the absolute best snack credit locations to ensure you use every credit, and a priority reservation list so you know exactly which restaurants make the plan worth it. Ultimately, your decision comes down to 3 questions. Are you doing multiple character meals? Will you drink alcohol? Do you hate checking prices? If yes, buy the plan. But look at this flowchart. If you prefer flexibility, if your family shares meals, or if writing attractions is your top priority, you belong on the skip path. The Disney Dining Plan is best viewed as a premium tool for guests who value the certainty of a prepaid schedule over the potential savings of paying out of pocket. You can grab the dining cheat sheet right now at mydisneybrain.com. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss our next episode, and I'll see you in the parks.